I think it depends. I think that not all girth and overweightness is actually a function of eating bad foods. I've dated a man who was really amazing, and he was heavy set, but it wasn't because he ate bad and wrong foods. It was just kind of in his constitution. It was sort of how he was configured. And so I think it can be sexy in the sense that if he's sort of in his right mind, there can be a consciousness behind it that is very powerful.
You know what?
I
think women will jump on any fat man that can sing.
No, not true.
Women loved Luther Vandross, Barry White. They was getting that younch.
But are those really fat guys? When I think of fat, I think of Ruben Studdard.
Just gonna call Ruben out like that, huh?
I'm just saying.
Hey, Rupert, what's happening,
Luther's
man?
not really fat, is he?
His name, he didn't even say his name right.
Ruben.
Rupert?
Yeah.
Sometimes big looks better
It's
on
like
people,
Rupert.
too.
Ruben eating his sherbet.
Honestly,
Rupert.
like, I'm not going to lie. Are we going to go? We're going in. If we're talking about fat people, my thing is some people need to just, like, be fat. That's what you're supposed to do. Just like VC said. Like, who's the girl who lost hella weight and now looks weird as shit?
Well, look,
she looks like a fucking alien.
There's Jennifer Hudson. I think she looks good. And then there's Missy Elliott. She looks weird. I like Missy
She got a weird
bigger.
disease that got her eyes all fucked up. But no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking, what's the main chick? Star Jones, is that her name?
Oh, yeah. She has a bobblehead now.
Sometimes
weird.
I mean, listen, get to your phone lines right now, 844-55-1. Would you date Gabrielle Sidibe?
I don't know who that is.
That's Precious.
Who you choosing? Precious? Or Precious Mama Monique? 844-55-1. Somebody call us right now. There are a lot of people out there who have crushes on fat celebrities, overweight celebrities. Do you know someone who's finally coming out of the closet as a flaming gastrosexual?
Hilarious.
A foodie.
That's crazy. You know,
a food stalker.
One dude.
Yeah, Big Boy on the radio.
Yeah, I liked him as a bigger boy. Like, you had to change your whole you should change your name now.
Medium boy.
Schmedium boy.
Go ahead, Veronica. You got to let me set you up, baby. I never forget about you. You're my girl. Go ahead, honey. Speak on it.
One of the things that Mitch Thomas has discovered, which I think is quite profound, he's talked about this whole issue of nectar in women and how women, whenever they get aroused, they create nectar in their bodies, right? And they create so much nectar after being stimulated and getting aroused over all these years. It sometimes comes from childhood, where they're constantly creating nectar out of their arousal, but it sits in their body, right? And so most men don't know how to collect it. And so what ends up happening in Sisters is he talks about how it has no place to go, and if the body didn't have as much intelligence, it would drown them. It would suffocate in their bodies on that nectar. So a lot of times, so watch this, when women, sisters that are walking around with big, like Venus Hottentot.
Yeah.
You know who Venus Hottentot was? We should talk about her, by the way, as a bookmark. But when they walk around like that, oftentimes that's because the nectar from their unrealized sexuality has deposited into the fat cells in their body with no release. And so a lot of women that are sisters that are sitting on all that are sitting on a bunch of sexual nectar that is uncollected and unrealized.
See, this show is about food.
Huh?
I said this show is about food. I want some of that nectar you're speaking of. How do we? How do we get some of it?
And especially sisters.
Really?
I have a cousin that only dates fat women. His reason being because no one's looking at them. Fat women always have money and they always smell good. Those are his 3 reasons.
Do you think? I mean, that's another question I want to throw to the panel. That's another question. Do you think it's like a hella job just to keep the crevices clean? Right? For overweight people. I mean, you got folds and nooks and crannies. And then, I'm serious, like basic shit. I'm a smaller guy. I'm 6'3", and what, about 190 right now, 195. Can you imagine if I was 6'3" and 495? How would I clean up? I'm talking about after that dump, after I dump a burrito in.
Okay, gross.
Would I have to get in the shower? And then what is sex like? I mean, how do you, is doggy style the only available position? I mean, somebody call me. I'm ignorant to this knowledge. If you're a fat lover, call us 844-55-1. True or false? If your BMI is over 25, you are considered overweight.
Well, I'm overweight, boy.
What about
overweight too.
What about Serena? I mean, she's 5'9".
She has no body fat.
She's 5'9" and 150 pounds.
She's perfect.
Big Pun's wife had to wipe his ass. That's true.
That's real
Pun,
love.
But Big Pun was 695 pounds when he died. No, literally. When the last time I saw Big Pun, this was a little bit before he died. Rest in peace, man. He was an incredible MC. It was at the offices of Loud Records here in L.A. And anybody out there, if you follow me on Twitter, find this picture of these Nikes. I think they were the first Tim Duncans, and they were silver, and they had the full bubble on the bottom. I had a pair, and I was wearing a pair that day. He had a pair. The only difference between his shoe and my shoe is that his bubble was flat. I've never seen some Air Nikes like flat that you couldn't see the bubble. Jesus. So do you kind of sign up? Because wherever there's obesity, there's going to be disease, right? Right? Are there, well, I could be wrong. Are there some really healthy fat people out there?
Well, Veronica just said it.
Well, she was talking about it in a spiritual context. I'm talking about physically.
I thought she said that the dude ate really well, but he was just a big
You mean
guy.
Hereditary.
like a sumo wrestler?
It was in his genes.
Wow. That's interesting. Veronica, can you restate that for me? They're healthy?
Yeah, so,
Go ahead.
well, yeah, like yes and no. So, so you can eat healthy food. One of the things that I've studied in my lifetime is the issue of I've gone and done cleanses, right? So wheat juice is really powerful because it's like a cleanse, right? In other words, it gives the body a rest so the body can function. Like a lot of times, all the things that we stuff into our mouth, like with meat and with if we eat foods in incorrect combinations, like if we mix starches and proteins, then our body actually can't digest that, and so we don't correctly. And so what happens is all the poison and toxins and stuff builds up in our in our body, and it has nowhere to go because the body is infinitely intelligent and it goes into fat. So even though he ate healthy, in a certain way, he ate foods in incorrect combinations. And so we don't understand because we don't cleanse regularly. Like when you do a juice cleanse with wheat, right, you give the body a rest. Because when you start to shove things into your body that are incorrectly combined, and the body has to go to, like it's like we call it the itis, right? But our body has to take so much energy to digest food, we go into fatigue, it goes into fat, it goes into all of these things. So we have to actually give our body a rest. And so even though he ate healthy, he was not giving his body a rest because of the way he combined food. And so when he met me, then he began to do that and he began to cleanse. So cleansing is a very powerful thing. And because in this country, it's like Dr. Sebi says, he puts you on a raw vegan diet because the body has to like eliminate all the stuff you've been pouring into it that is, it clogs you.
Poisonous, right?
Yeah.
So our engineer's nasty ass
Nasty as fuck, man.
has been farting the whole show.
At least he stepped out.
He'd step outside and bust off.
Put it in the wind.
And then he don't stay out there long enough.
Right.
So if you fart, you gotta just chill for a second and let the wind just caress your ass and then let that shit blow. No, he farts and then walks right back in.
You just gonna crop dust us, bro?
He got fart
Lucky
smoke.
I was Instagramming, man. My mouth was open and everything.
He's got fart smoke
Crop
in
dust
his
and ass.
aura. This shit is terrible.
What is
Poop particles.
That's impossible. Now, let me come back. Let's get refocused. We got full phone lines already. The number to dial is 844-55-1. What are the most degrading, funny, and or insulting slang terms you've heard used to describe fat/obese people?
Whoa.
Damn. Jeez.
Whoa, relax.
Listen, when we come back, we're going to deal with it. We want to talk about body shaming. We want to talk about foodies. I consider myself a foodie. What's your favorite food, Whitney?
Tacos. What's
Ashonti? Let's see. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
No, I have a favorite.
You do?
Yeah. Salmon, asparagus, and mashed potatoes.
Ah. Chris, what's your favorite?
Cheesesteaks.
Of course.
You said
This
certs?
Cheesesteaks.
He from
You
Philly.
said lifesavers.
So.
He from
Yeah.
Philly.
What's Banaka?
What's those?
No, he's making.
I get it.
Chris has the most famous breath in America. It's bad, but it's famous.
Damn.
I
what's your-
love Jamaican food.
Oh, we're going genre.
That's my shit. Jamaican food. All things Jamaican. I fucks with that. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, the Burger Murderer Show. Are you dating a ravenous foodie? A dangerous food. I mean, food appreciation is one thing, but to the point of obesity? Jesus. We'll be back. Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio. Yo, the Burger Murderer Show. Just living with a fatty, a foodie. It's always summertime in the bed. You don't even need blankets. How do you coexist with a fat person? And what is fat? And what is beautiful? Can fat people be as beautiful as skinny people? Who created the standard? What standard are we living up to? Somebody speak to that. I want to know. Can you stay in a relationship with your spouse if they became grossly obese? Is a Fatosaurus Rex turning into a Fatosaurus Rex, is that a deal breaker? Right? Like, oh my God, you used to be so nice and thin and the ass was tight and your stomach was tight. And then after Junior, you turned into a clumpkin. I'm going to have to end this. I'm just saying, who came up with these concepts that beauty must be thin? Is there a connection between the food we consume and cancers of all types? And then what about the young kid who's heavy and all they see are images of thin, skinny people? Do you think they grow up with some type of complex feeling some kind of way? We got crazy phone lines. Veronica, you want to answer that? And I'm going to go to Ashonti and Whitney, and then we're going to go to the phone callers. Speak to that.
Sure. I think that we can certainly, a lot of times it's funny. People come to me sometimes to do hypnosis around being overweight and being obese. And food is actually one of the most complex things that you can deconstruct in terms of hypnosis, because in hypnosis, like, for example, if I wanted to resolve you of your craving for chocolate, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All I would have to do in hypnosis is install an association that had you have an aversion to chocolate. So I could, for example, associate it with poop. And run those associations, those neuro associations, so that you began to equate chocolate with that, and that with chocolate, right? Mm. And then if I did that long enough and deep enough, you'd be totally averse to chocolate. So you can do that in hypnosis, and have it stick. I've done that before 1,000 times.
Wow.
So one of the things that you can't do with just food in general, though, is people can't stop eating. You can create an aversion to alcohol, you can create an aversion to anything, but you can't stop eating. So what you often have to do is you have to go in and deal with the source of the overeating. And that can be a very complex thing in a certain way. Like, it could be that your grandma baked you pies when you were a kid, and every time she baked you a pie, you felt love. And she would say, "I love you, baby," and she felt love. And right, you'd have a neuro association to her love and with pie. now when you eat pie, you feel love, and it's a very and if you keep reinforcing it over time, it's a very powerful circuit that gets established in the brain. You got to go in and disconnect it. So I say all that to say that a young kid that grows up in an environment where food is a source of comfort instead of a source of nutrition will develop neuroassociations that you have to go in and break the pattern. So, yeah.
This is interesting. Ashonti?
I forgot exactly what the question was, but just to piggyback off of that, I grew up with soul food. So anytime family was coming over, anytime there was an engagement, just really anytime, grandma was making butter roll and peach cobblers and fried fish and macaroni and cheese casseroles. So it's crazy because as I got older, and by the way, my grandmother, 3 of my grandmothers now had diabetes. As I got older, I actually had to rewire my brain because, not that I'm doing that well with it, but anytime I eat, it has to be an event instead of just eating because I'm hungry and to survive. I eat because it makes me feel good.
Wow.
Like I can't just make a sandwich. For example, I can't just make a piece of chicken. I have to make chicken, vegetables, mac and cheese, and bread. You know what I mean? Like I can't just have one thing. It has to be a full, complete meal.
Wow.
That's how I was brought up.
Wow. Whitney?
Oh man, food is like the culture. I grew up. I'm Black, white, and Native American, so I have a ton of different food in my family, and food is our I can't wait to go visit my grandma because I know I'm about to eat. Like I love her. I want to have conversations with her and this, that, and the other, but it's the food. And just like Ashonti, I mean, I'm from Philly. Well, my parents are from Philly, California, Washington, but it's just like, so I had a conversation with a friend. My friend is from Belgium. And he said, well, you're African. I said something about mac and cheese. And he goes, well, you're African American. Of course your mac and cheese is better. And I kind of got like a little, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, bruh? Hold up.
Y'all niggas is magical
Hold
with
up.
cheese.
Yo, he was saying, of course, you guys love fry. And he named the list of all these horrible foods that I really don't eat. Like, I grew up on a reservation. I eat fresh fish and all this and the other. The only time I did get that was when I went to visit that side of my family. But they kind of like pissed me off low key. Like, oh, okay. So you're associating me with all of these diabetes and bad health, unhealthy situation. It kind of struck a nerve with me. But
that's a good point. Can a skinny, so-called fit person be unhealthy even though they aren't overweight? Could an overweight person be more healthy than a so-called skinny fit person? 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. We're going to the phone lines right now. Line 3, Maureen from Virginia. Speak on it.
Hello, Kenzo.
Yes. Hello, young lady.
Hello, beautiful queens. How y'all doing?
hey.
Hey. So first, I just want to say, just got finished with the chapter of stepping stones and cornerstone relationship.
Ooh.
Okay?
Don't even talk about don't even talk about the relationship dismount. Don't even speak on it.
I'm working on being a cornerstone.
Thank you, honey.
To, my significant other rather than my kids, my mom, my family, because I've been in some stepping stones, I guess, since. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but I love your book.
Thank you, honey. Appreciate it.
I just want to say that I dated a long time ago a dude that was over 400 pounds. And basically, I don't want to get raunchy with it, but, you can't really do too many things. And that was pre-kids. I'm a size 12, so I guess I'm average for a black woman. But when he, released, it always smelled like fish. So it wasn't a good.
Wait. Say what? He smelled like what?
Fish. Yes. The cream smelled like fish.
Yeah.
The liquid.
What?
Okay. It's about what you eat. It's exactly the same as women. What you eat is what you eat.
So
You know what I'm
his-
saying?
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was what he ate. I think it was because he was overweight. Like he was a good person. He was, he introduced me to turkey bacon. Like he was the truth. But
so his
every
pickled
time
balls
he would leave,
started
it
to
smelled like
produce.
straight up fish.
God.
Yeah, it was kind of disgusting. But other than that, okay. So what about all the black women that are in church though? Why are they always fat?
Why are the best gospel singers fat?
Yeah, fat. Yeah.
Jesus!
Really?
Just be fat. I don't understand.
Yeah, is it because black people are not happy? Does food make us happy?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh, that's beautiful, Marine.
Maybe Miss Conway would know that.
Yeah, we're going to throw it to her for sure. Hey, thank you so much
I'm
for the
doing
call.
your exercises, and thank you, Zoe. I love you so much.
Thank
Love
you. I
ladies.
appreciate you.
I
Listen.
hope you have a wonderful week.
You too.
You too, babe. That was a great call. Veronica, can you answer some of those questions? She has some very powerful stuff, man.
Yo.
Yeah. So she said, do they sing better because they're happy? Well, it's not always true. I mean, a lot of that has to do with just it has to do with. Well, they talk about having more air to breathe, right? Because they have more room in their lungs. So a lot of times, the like singing better has to do with like air capacity and how the throat is configured.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, in addition to the predisposition to sing, in other words, we're not all predisposed to sing all the time. We're just not. Like, not all of us are. None of us are called to that. So it's both calling and it's the way the body's configured, the lungs and the throat and the air, that can make a big difference. But not all, you look at like Josh Stone. Josh Stone sings like a big, healthy, black, fat woman. That's just what she sings like.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Maria Callas was an opera singer who was brilliant. So it's not always the truth, but it can be a predisposition. I don't think it has to do with happiness. I think it has to do with how we're wired.
Wow. That's good stuff. I love it. Phone calls, phone lines are open. What you got, Whitney?
Yo, my Twitter homie right here, Jert95Jert, said, slave food became soul food, and this is one of the major fallbacks of Black American. And that's how I feel. Like, I really don't like people are like, oh, you're Black, you eat fried chicken and watermelon. I hated watermelon until I was about 17 years old. Damn. You know what I mean? Fried chicken has nothing healthy for you in it. You get what I mean? It's cool, but and then another crazy little thing is, I want to ask everybody who's calling in, just literally think about America and food. Name something that America has contributed food-wise to the rest of the world. Because
hot dogs.
Hot dogs, I think, came from Germany, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so me and my friends,
hamburgers.
Okay, nah,
Germany.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
I think
So it was like me and a couple friends did this, and the only thing we could think of was fried chicken, mashed potatoes, collard greens.
No, fried chicken came from niggas.
Niggas from the slave. You know what I'm saying? So
we gonna fry some chicken
realistically,
now.
the only food that America has
understand?
ever contributed to the rest of the world
You understand?
is soul food or slave food. I like the new name, slave food.
I don't think of like fried chicken and mac and cheese as slave food. I think of like, when I think of slave food, I think of like chitlins,
Hog nuts.
hog mogs. Like,
And see, I've
shit is
never even
disgusting.
eaten any of that.
It's
I've never
nasty.
even had.
I
any
can't
of that.
even try chitlins because it smells so bad. I can't even get over the smell of it.
I want to eat a. So I guess it's a natural progression to eat your woman's ass if you've been eating a pig's ass.
That's
Word.
acceptable.
Hey,
Shit.
groceries.
Pig groceries.
But it gotta pig groceries. Look, is that how it goes? Remix. Pig groceries. That's disgust. Never.
Listen, we got phone lines. They cracking right now. Let's get these people in here so they can holler about this. Line 5. Get at me. Brian from Miami.
Yo.
What up, Mike?
What's up, fam?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, I think, what's up? I think in the black community, I think we need to just cut the shit. Like, we are so disillusioned. Like, a lot of these women, they're not thick. We just got to cut the shit.
Right?
They're not thick. They're obese.
Let me ask you this.
You
Let me
know,
ask
that's
you right
a
now,
lot of-
because you playing
Go
games
ahead.
right now. Is
What is it?
Jill Scott obese?
Yeah, hell yeah. she's
Hell
obese.
no, she ain't obese.
Look,
This is
look,
so mad.
look.
If
she's
Jill
obese.
Scott blew
Look,
in your wax-infested ear, you be like, oh, baby, I
Look,
love you,
don't
Jesus.
get me wrong. Look, don't get me wrong. She's a gorgeous woman, very attractive woman, but she's obese. Like, that's diabetes waiting to happen. You know what I mean? So we
Jesus.
just got to be real honest, and we got to call it for what it is. You know, these women, a lot of them, they're not thick. They're obese. These dudes, they're not big bone. They're fat. You know what I mean? So we just got to, you know, and I think a lot of it comes from childhood. I know, at least for me, my experience,
look at my
well,
baby
I'm not
chill.
obese, but when I was young, like, we couldn't get up from the kitchen table until we ate every last bit of what was
Right.
on our plate.
Because that's
We almost,
poverty.
like,
But
That's
got that
poverty.
there.
That's poverty.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
That's motherfucker. You don't
Money.
waste this goddamn money. You understand?
understand
That
how much
food
money that
Right.
shit
is
was.
money.
yeah.
we got them almost got force fed.
Mine-
You know what I mean? So I think that has something to do with it.
You breathing a little hard. Are you heavy?
No, I just literally stepped out of the gym.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I'm
believe
not
that
heavy.
shit.
I'm not
You
heavy
just
at
sitting
all.
on the couch wheezing,
Yeah.
and then they made us eat.
No, I literally just stepped out of the gym. No, but you know, I think we just got to be real honest, because diabetes and heart disease is tearing us up in the black
No,
community.
that's true.
We need to just stop it. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Because it's killing us, literally.
That's good
That's all
stuff.
I wanted to say.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you for reaching out. You know, you're more than welcome to call anytime. You brought Miami into the building. Maureen brought Virginia into the building. I think we're going to go back to Virginia. Line 4, David, speak on it.
Hey, David.
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 And deuces. Line 6,
He's out.
Brandon, speak on it. South Carolina in the building. Holla at me.
What's up, Zoe?
What's up, man?
How you doing? How you doing, lady?
Hey.
Well, shoot, I'm calling in. I'm a big guy.
I can
You know,
tell.
but,
I hear the fan in your voice. It's just
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, I've been big all my life, but I also been athletic. Like today, I'm gonna tell you, I weigh 4 and some change, and I
4?
play basketball every day.
Word. That's what's up.
Let me ask you, what
So-
kind of diet did you have when you were playing basketball? You were hella athletic. What kind of diet? Could you eat anything, or I'm assuming you went to college and all of that. Did they have you on a specialized diet? What's up?
No. I didn't play in college or anything. I just played all my life. I played sports, but I always been a bigger, thicker guy. So I always like size, even though size didn't really affect me, because if I got picked on, I was clever enough to speak back and speak on other people. So I was always able to keep up. I was faster. I was stronger. I had skills. So, you know, my diet as a young person was basically whatever I ate, you know, whatever my parents gave me. And then when I got in high school, I used to work. I worked at a restaurant, like any high school kid. If you get out of school, you're gonna go make you something to eat and work. So as I got older, I got away from basketball a little bit and got from being active and started working at a youth jail, and I was sitting down the line. Only time I get some real activities when I walk the kids, you know, back and forth to school. But I got bigger. I was home. I worked a lot, so I ate more. And
So
about
you're
2
saying,
years
are you
later-
telling me your job kind of created this sedentary kind of life, right? Where
Yes,
you're sitting all the time, you're less active than you used to be. My question to you is, 1, how did that affect your health? And 2, the big question is, how did that affect your sex life? Go.
Well, my health, it was just like you're borderline. You're borderline because it's hereditary, but I never, to this day, I still don't have no real health problems because after I left the jail, I worked at this regular job and I took less money so that I could get in shape and get healthier. So once I did that for like a year or two, I got back and found playing basketball and being competitive made me want to get in shape and play. So I worked out 3 or 4 times a day and did things like that. So now after that situation, I lost my job, ended up, my mom went to the hospital, went through some things, gained the weight back. Then got a job in my field, which is IT, and that's a real sedentary job. So now I'm in this whole journey now where I play ball every day, but it's a different mindset because I don't have the opportunity with my mother being not in good health. I don't have the opportunity to work out 2, 3, or 4 times a day. So I play basketball as much as possible.
Man.
And do stuff at home.
Brandon, can I ask you just one quick question? Are you what kind of women are you attracted to? Are you attracted to a bigger female, or are you into skinny girls?
Well, I like women that are thicker. I like women that are thicker. As far as women, I've always been a confident person. So women was not an issue in the bedroom. But for me now, it's about me being happy.
That's what's
and I like being happy when I'm in shape, when I can do stuff, when I don't have to, walk for an hour and be drenched in sweat.
Yep. Nope. That's it. I love it. I love that you're focused on your happiness because realistically, that's what it's about. So thank you for calling, Brandon, and tuning in.
Thank you.
Appreciate your story, all that.
Yeah. I really appreciate y'all. Zoe, keep spitting that real stuff. Your knowledge is priceless.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Get to your phone lines, 844-55-1. We talking about the buffet murderers, the serial killers of actual cereal. They're stalking boxes of Lucky Charms. I want to know, how do you live with a Fatosaurus Rex? I'm just saying, people are going through it. I'm not body shaming you. Everybody can't be skinny. We want to know, what are some special talents you need?
I watched, I be watching, back when Tyra had her little TV show back in the day, I was watching it because I was super intrigued because this dude, this skinny little dude, he liked a bigger girl. He said he loved smashing from the back and popping little cupcakes in her mouth. And I'm not gonna lie, yes, man, foodism. So when you bring the food,
one of those fetishes,
when you bring
right?
the food into the bedroom, and that's one of the top fetishes, I guess.
What is it called?
Foodism.
Let's look this shit up.
I'm pretty
Come on.
sure. I mean,
Chris?
don't quote me, girl, but I like cupcakes and I like sex, so I was kind of like,
You did?
Time?
no, nigga, I ain't never done that shit, but I was kind of like,
Who's down with bringing food into the sex
I'm not with
space?
the crumbs, man. I can't have them crumbs in my bed.
No,
but
I don't want crumbs in my bed.
Yeah, a little powdered donut dust.
But it was crazy, and he like got off making her bigger, and she liked it that he wanted to.
nasty.
She weighed 1,000 pounds, bruh.
Wow.
Black
Now
dude. It
that's
was a
not
black
healthy.
dude and a white chick.
She probably could barely move. 1,000 pounds.
Now she was still walking and shit, but barely. She would just lay there and feed each other and shit.
This is a little bit of a different aspect. When I was living in San Francisco, I was working for ABC, and I actually tried to pitch this story to them a few times, and they didn't bite it. Just to kind of like backtrack a little bit
No
on the
pun
resources, right?
Got him.
Just to go back on, African Americans and the kind of food that we eat. I actually did this personal tour all around the city of San Francisco, and I found that in the areas that black people live, they didn't really have Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and grocery stores that had fresh fruit even. You know what I mean? And certain type of organic juices.
Food deserts.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot
desert.
of times in Black populated areas, they don't have the same type of food resources. And if people are living in those areas and they do want it, they got to drive way out far, and it's mad expensive. Like, for example, I only drink alkaline water now. So I've been buying alkaline water just like one bottle at a time. And finally I'm like, you know what, fuck that. I'm just going to buy a whole case of them, like 12 of them. And it cost me $30 fucking to get alkaline water.
Wow.
Cost money to
You know
make
what I
That
mean?
is a great point. Damn. What about the GMOs? And I'm going to throw this to Veronica. The GMOs, the genetically modified foods. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. On a surface level, people are not paying attention. We're paying attention to the end result, which is the image. Oh my God, she's fat. Look at her ankles. They're stressed. Jeez. Right? So we're looking at fat people like that, right? We're looking at the end result.
I was looking at people
right? No, I'm serious. Like, oh my God, her joints are creaking. You can hear it
creaking.
Mine's creak sometimes in the morning.
But my question is, how do we get there? How do we get there? And that's what we're not paying attention to. When you go on the internet and you see other countries saying, 30 countries said, we've banned or American food is not allowed in our country.
I'm out.
So now you have to step back and go, well, why would 30 countries ban American food? What's wrong with our food? Just a basic progression of logic. What's wrong with our food that 30 countries would ban it?
That's hella countries.
Veronica?
Well, I understand that America, we were talking earlier about how America hasn't really invented any food. Actually, we have. We've invented death food.
Franken food.
So fast food is death food, and processed food is death food. You go to other countries, they eat fresh food. They eat fresh fish, and they eat vegetables, and they prepare food, right? It's not all this processed food, which is hugely problematic. But then GMO is just the icing on the cake, because they don't really know. Think about what it stands for: a genetically modified organism.
Wow.
Right? So you're talking about genetically modifying. They're not even calling it food. They're calling it an organism. Organism. So it's just like Kentucky Fried Chicken. KFC they legally can't call it chicken anymore because it's not chicken anymore. It's a genetically modified organism. Right?
Frickin'.
So that's why they had to change the name to KFC. Because whenever you go in and you begin to genetically modify things, you don't have any idea what's going to happen to the end result of the human being, right? And so the fact that they're putting that in all of our food is basically, it's potentially, it's mass murder.
Wow.
Really. And that's why other countries are banning it.
But I think but Veronica's touching on something that's now even more, some people say conspiracy. Remember, let me tell you something.
This is a natural
conspiracy
selection.
is like this fucking buzzword, right? Which has now made, I think they attach it to free thinkers.
Money.
So people who think outside the box and freely are now conspiracy theorists because they look at shit from different and potentially divergent angles. So first and foremost, what Veronica's saying, could this be some motherfucking population control?
Yes.
Remember, just a couple of days ago, Ashonti, somebody tagged us in a picture showing some ingredients.
Someone put two pictures together. One picture was pool cleaner, and the other picture was Lucky Charms. And the pool cleaner ingredient is in the Lucky Charms.
Oh, yeah.
See, now that's that bullshit right there.
And if you really want to break it down all the way, it's about money. Like, let's get all these people to eat all this McDonald's and get fat and get diabetes, and then they have to use these drugs that we're saying only way to get rid of your diabetes is you got to take 75 of these pills that cost money.
And they're putting it like all online now. The other day I was on Facebook and they showed this video of chicken, like raw chicken, being injected to like blow the chicken up.
Saline.
It's all over online.
It's salt water. They pump it with salt water. I'm into this. I'm a foodie. Like, y'all don't even know. Like, sometimes I get paranoid grocery shopping because I'm like, this organic. Putting organic on a rock star don't mean it's organic. Let's just be real.
But do you see all the layers we're covering right now? This is why this is a very textured show, and I wanted to do this, right? On the one hand, dating a foodie, like fucking Ashonti is a foodie.
I am a very big foodie.
Right? Whitney's a foodie. Veronica's a foodie. Hecka's a foodie. I'm a foodie. Dating a foodie can be culturally just awesome. Hey, let's go try some Indian food. Hey, let's go try some Cuban food. Hey, let's go try some Brazilian. That should,
It's
introduce you to culture. And it's dope. But here, that's the one layer. That's the refined layer. Here's the other layer. The food in the hood is usually of lower grade than the food in the suburbs where, Gelson's and, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and
TJ's.
Wild Oats and all of these high-end
Nob Hill.
organic kind of spaces, Erewhon. I'm going to Erewhon.
Fresh and
yes. Right?
Fresh
right?
and easy, though.
But in the hood, the motherfucking steak,
7-Eleven.
right? The steak
green.
in the hood got motherfucking brown blood in it.
No, but
How the blood gonna be brown?
Fruit not
You
fresh.
can get potatoes in cans. Why the fuck would you need to put a potato in a can?
Preach.
For any reason.
That's crazy.
Or canned chicken. That shit is weird as fuck to me.
That's why niggas is nutting
That is weird.
fish sauce.
They
This
sell
nigga
chicken
done
at the dollar store.
She said
No.
his nuts smell like fish sauce.
I promise you, I went into a dollar store. They
That's
sell
what
chicken
I'm
in there.
glad. I'm glad Zoe tapped into the culture thing because like I said, I'm black, white, and I grew up on a Native American reservation. So I didn't eat Jack in the Box till I was 19 years old. Like I literally would get sick when I ate McDonald's, thinking, oh, it's a treat. I was like, get this shit away from me. Now I'm a little older.
But you know what's crazy? Like, I remember what Fruit Loops, the cereal, used to taste like before the chemical changes. Nigga, Fruit
Oh,
Loops,
yeah.
motherfucking corn pops.
I don't even eat cereal anymore.
I still eat cereal and I know the difference. Like, my Apple Jacks, they done fucked with the Apple Jacks.
The only one,
Them shits is different now.
the only one that I would fuck with is Honey Bunches of Oats. All the other
I don't
ones,
fuck
no.
with it. I don't even like cereal. Let's just be real. But no, the different cultures that my cousin, my younger cousin came to visit me from Philadelphia. Thai food is one of my favorite types of food, like ever, right? She's from Philly. I said, what do you want to do for your birthday? I said, girl, there's this bomb. Nope, I'm going to take you to this Thai restaurant. She said, what is Thai? I looked at her like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's the best kind of Asian food in the world, Thai food. I took her and she was like, I can't get this in Philadelphia. They don't have Thai food in Philly.
Wow. They don't have Thai food in
I
Philly.
mean, I'm sure the big ass city, but where she is, she had never had it. She was 24 years old and she had never had Thai food. It was like insane to me.
That's
So
insane.
before Ashonti takes us to break, though, like I said, this topic is rich because there are a lot of layers. The other layer is the food creates a body type, right? You look at fucking Serena, oh, she's masculine and she's this and she's that. But even before they start saying that fucking bullshit about Serena, we used to say it in our own community, but we just didn't say it that way.
Yep.
We would say, how the fuck is this fifth grader stacked like a grown woman? What the fuck is in the milk?
What's in the milk?
Right? What's going on? How is she fully developed as a fifth and sixth grader? We used to say that all the time. I remember the sixth grader. I was in the sixth grade. And nigga, I was still struggling with skinny. I was skinny than a motherfucker. I was like, my shit was made of bamboo. If Ashonti was around, she would have broke me to pieces and ate me right on up. I was made of bamboo. I was that thin. I was wafer thin,
Panda, I get
right?
it.
But it was this girl named Carletta. She was from
Carletta,
Texas, but she had just moved out there, out to Dina. And she used to live right around the corner, walking distance from me. I'd just go walk and chill, hang out at her house. You know, I was a greedy little motherfucker, even though I was skinny. She'd always have food. But when I tell you that ass, you know, I was old enough to get an erection. You know, like, girl, I put this little pencil sharpener in you now.
Ew.
She was thick like somebody's mama. But she was in the
Carlita.
sixth grade with me, Carletta.
Carletta sound like something.
Carletta was, she was
Sound
thicker
like one
than
of
a
them candy
Snicker in the
bars.
sixth grade. How
Yeah.
does that happen? Is it
Like
the
a candy bar.
food? Listen. Oh, Ashonti, take us, baby.
Yeah, we got to go to a break. I mean, we see you Indianapolis, Connecticut, Bama, Berkeley. Give us 5. We'll be right back with you. What's the reason?
Yeah. Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio.
What's good, guys? We're back here on Dash at the Voice of Reason. Today's topic, we are talking about the Burger Murderer Show. A deeper look into what it takes to be in a high-functioning relationship with a fat foodie. Body shaming. Eating while you're sleeping with your nigga. What's the difference between thick and fat? Is there a difference?
What's the number?
That number to call in, 844-55-1. We got to get to the phone lines. Let's go with line 1, Ronan, Indianapolis. What's up, Ronan?
Ronan, don't make us hang up on you, pimp.
I can't. That's
because we will.
He's legit one of my faves.
Ronan, all right, Ronan, you got to call back.
You got to call back, pimp.
Let's go to line 3, LB, Connecticut.
LB.
Yo, what it is?
What it is?
What up, though?
I just want to make a couple points. My first point is I don't like when people get mad at you because you want somebody, somebody you want to be in a relationship with that is just as healthy and fit as you are. A person like myself, I work out at least 5 to 6 days a week.
What's up, LB? How you doing, baby?
And you gonna drop the this nigga? He got scared.
You know why the phone hung up?
He got scared. He like, you lying ass. He working.
You know why the phone hung up?
We got Ronan back on line 1.
The nigga was lying. The nigga was lying. He fat as hell.
Ronan.
I work out 18 times a week.
So stupid.
Hey, what's up, family?
What's up, Ronan?
Hey, Ronan.
Yeah, I ain't fat as hell. I used to be though.
Okay.
What made you change your habits?
Well, the thing is, like, I saw what happened to my family as far as like a generation of men and how many health problems are happening. So when I saw all that happening and felt that from personal experience, I hurried up and changed my shit up real quick. Instead of drinking Kool-Aid, I started drinking water and tea and doing more fitness stuff and everything. Because there's nothing more embarrassing than having a weakened wood because of your weight. So I had to cut that shit out.
What?
Weekend.
But
a weekend
soft dick for
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I don't have one.
Wait. Ronan, hold on one second. Veronica, come in here and talk about how food weakens the shillelagh.
Wow. You said the shillelagh?
Yes.
the little pedal.
Right. The skin-covered billy club.
Ew.
Oh, well,
It's so aggressive.
It affects both the female sexual functioning and masculine sexual functioning, and so much of this is related to. It's all related to processing toxins out of the body. In other words, what we're meant to do is like take in food, and use the nutrition, and eliminate the rest, right? And when we do that, then blood gets to all of our organs, especially the shillelaghs and the JJs, right? Because those are, in other words, it gets to all the organs, right? But when we eat in a way that's clogging and not cleansing, then everything begins to jam up and back up and get dysfunctional. I think a lot of erectile dysfunction in men actually have to do with nutrition. It has to do with them being in a clogged state. Their body's in a clogged, congested state. And so no oxygen. It's functionally that no oxygen. When you eat in a way that's clogging and not cleansing, what it does is oxygen doesn't get anywhere. And so penises need oxygen, healthy vaginas need oxygen. It all needs oxygen. And when you don't eat in the right way, nothing can get to it.
Wow, this is
And that's the
crazy.
thing.
Go ahead, brother. Finish.
Veronica's definitely right, because when it came to my last relationship, we were cool until she decided to get too comfortable, and she kept on eating on purpose, but then she had to nag and complain about it. So I took it upon myself to buy us both gym memberships. I said, like, if you're fucked up, we're both fucked up, so we're going to sit there and fix this. But she kept making excuses every time I went. Then she started getting insecure because I was looking different, and she was still making excuses. So the thing that really turned me off was, aside from the sex being challenging, is just the fact that she chose not to change her situation.
Wait. Hold on, Ronan.
No.
You said the sex was challenging. Say more. What challenged the sex? Was it like wrestling with a thigh, or what were you doing? What made it challenging?
Cooter hunt.
It was kind of like
A cooter hunt?
You gotta find that shit. It's like an Easter egg.
That's disgusting.
Well, I mean, it's like
Fold them.
it had that bacon-like essence. It just wasn't cool.
Oh my God,
And,
that is
you know,
so nasty.
It was kind of like trying to
Bacon cooter.
wrestle with an oiled up futon bag or mattress.
Oh
or,
my gosh.
You know,
So
I mean,
sex
it
was
was
like,
it just wasn't cool. Just like when she was trying to, she can't
Sounds
do
like a
certain
workout.
things that we were used to doing. And I almost blew my knee out because she wanted to do skinny girl shit, and she just wasn't there.
Nigga, it's like flipping a
shit.
tire. It's like CrossFit. You were kind of working out doing that.
That's what I'm saying. He
Well,
almost
I mean,
bust his back
but
wide.
at the cost of my health, I can't do it. I already had 2 knee surgeries. I wasn't going to do for a third. So
Damn.
the thing was like when it got to the point where I made up this excuse and look, I need to give up sex, to get right with God. I know.
God came with the clutch.
God came through for that.
Listen.
He came through for you.
God sent me a vision, and
This ain't working.
Ronan is crazy as hell. Thanks for calling in, Ronan. You always bring the heat.
God came through. He always do. God came through.
come on, God,
He always do. Hey.
get me out of this fat ass relationship. Come on.
Damn.
She don't want to work out. She don't want to work out. She don't want to work out. Yes. She don't want to work out. She smell like bacon.
That's disgusting.
Get me out of here.
He
Get
said
me out of here,
an
God.
oiled up futon
Oiled up futon. If a nigga ever
Nigga.
described me as an oiled up futon,
with a bacon pussy.
throw me in the trash.
Sounds like a fucking
oiled
bed and
up
breakfast.
Futon.
That's crazy. It looks like we got LB back on the line. Line 3.
You just fucked up bacon for me, man.
Hey, my bad. I was in my garage and lost service like shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You were just talking about how you work out 5 days a week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's him?
So I took a change in my life where I said I didn't like the way I looked. So I started to work out a lot more. And I started to do what they call meal prep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
on Sunday nights, I'll go to the grocery store and I'll buy the food that I know I'll eat for the week. And it's kind of controlling what I eat, so there's no excuses.
Word.
Once I stopped eating like fast food, I can't tell you how much better I felt. Another good decision I made in life was to take soda out of my life.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You start to see like there's
Soda
graphics
and
that
bread.
I don't even drink it.
Yeah.
when you start to use the bathroom, like it doesn't, like you're not, your stomach's not hurting like that. You're not taking those crazy shits once you start to eat better. And the last point I wanted to make was about the relationships. I hate when people make it seem like because I don't want a bigger woman, like I'm fat shaming. No, I just want somebody who is not in the gym every day, but you take care of your body and you're aware of your physical health.
LB,
You know what I'm
can you tweet us a before and after picture?
He ain't finished.
Yeah, what's your Twitter?
You could do it for any of ours. Mine is @Ashonti4Live.
At Miss
I
Taber.
don't want to send it to Zoe and be on the koi fish shit.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
You could DM me.
In your koi fish workout suit. Don't send me shit. God damn it.
Thanks, LB.
Thanks, LB.
Let's go to Dave, line 4, Virginia.
Got a lot of Virginia today. I like it. VA, what up? Dave.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. For me, my wife is a curvaceous woman. And I love women with curves because, number one, when I'm not in the bed is already warm. I love that.
That's dope. That's a plus.
I think men love women that are a little heavier. They love them more during the winter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They call it cuffing season.
Yeah.
Bring your big ass heater, thermal ass in here, girl.
Hilarious. Continue, Dave. What else?
And these East Coast winters be cold, but I can tell you though, for me, it's as far as eating, it's a challenge. And Ashonti brought up a point about certain stores being in your neighborhood. And in my neighborhood alone, across the street is a 7-Eleven. Around the corner is a Krispy Kreme, and up the street is 2 pizzerias. So it's like when
Bunch
you
of
step
bullshit.
outside, it's like it's nothing healthy around here to eat. But I think what the caller before just mentioned, it's all about changing your eating habits and, trying to live a healthy lifestyle. And another point I want to bring up, if y'all notice with heavier set women, they have very attractive faces. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not.
Gorgeous.
Just a big old fluffy body with that little fluffy cute face.
I feel like
they always
them,
look
yeah.
good.
They always
cute
got
girl.
beautiful faces.
Right.
You cute
I
is
agree.
just
They do.
it's too much of you. You like a big ass cute slice of cheesecake.
Wow.
It's just too much. You too rich, Biggie.
If you want to let us know how you do with your big boo boo, call us at 1-844-55-1.
I'm fucking about to pass out in this bitch.
1-844-55-1. That is the number to dial if you want to join in on the conversation.
Let's go to line 5.
Wait. Before we go there, we got to talk about the opposite end of this thing too.
What?
You guys remember FloJo?
Yeah, man.
Veronica, you remember
Her nails
FloJo?
are always on point. I
Who's
love that.
FloJo?
Nigga, what?
Singer?
Of course.
Stressful.
Do you guys, Veronica, are you there?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, FloJo, right? So Serena is going through the same shit FloJo went through. Oh, she's too muscular. She's masculine. FloJo was fine as hell. She was fine as hell. So it seems like sisters are damned if they do, damned if they don't. Oh, you too big, you too fat according to the Western BMI beauty standard. Or you too masculine, you too muscular. Remember the girl, Misty Copeland? Right? Who's now Billy Badass in ballet?
Yeah.
Well, when she was younger, she was body shamed. When she was 13.
Yeah.
Oh, your ankles, your Achilles heel, your butt, you're too muscular. Wait, you're saying all of this shit to a 13-year-old? Right. Mm-hmm. You're going to body shame her and make her feel like shit at 13?
I got body shamed by my dad. I remember I was hella young. You getting a little fluffy. I said, nigga, what?
Veronica?
I speak to that. So I'm gonna bring it back to like the larger context, which is white people. The European mind is fucking insane. And so,
go ahead, VC. Go in.
and so because of its deep inferiority complex, because what it understands and has studied about us, and it goes back to Venus Hottentot and all of that. What it knows is that melanin is genetically superior to non-melanin. And so they understand that we're better, stronger, faster. We can fuck longer and harder. We can manifest out of our consciousness if we're sane. They understand all that about us, and they understand that if we get together and have sex with them, in a few generations they will cease to exist on the planet. And so what they've done is to create the ultimate campaign to have us believe that we're inferior and to have the rest of the world believe that we're inferior. So all that you see coming out, the same way they do with Venus Hottentot, they put her on tour. This beautiful woman, this thick-ass woman, they put her on tour and they studied her, right, and made her into like a freak show. But the truth is that they revere our bodies. They try to emulate and copy our bodies at every turn. But all of that shit comes from their deep inferiority complex that they have repackaged as white supremacy, but really is white inferiority. And until we get that, we'll always fall prey to actually responding and reacting like somehow it might be true.
First off, y'all
That's how
need.
fucking
First off,
crazy it is.
hold on. First off, y'all need a breather. Let's just. White supremacy is really repackaged white inferiority. God damn. Why you gonna take off from the free throw line with a blindfold on with no underwear on and just dunk on the whole team? Why would you do that? Why?
Because you asked me to, right?
Shit.
Boom.
Booyah,
There
nigga.
it is. Click, clack. PC is back, nigga. Don't fuck with my nigga, nigga. Yeah.
Whitney crazy.
This show crazy as hell.
Boom. That's it. That's
Shots
it.
fired.
That's it.
Keep
That
shooting
is-
shots, VC.
It's nothing.
VC standing outside of the bank doing this one at a time.
Oh my God.
One at a time. Just quiet as hell. Who said what? Nigga, what you talking about? What? Who said that, nigga? What? These niggas all gonna get shot. They coming out the bank one at a time, nigga. Bow.
That's
God
what it is.
damn.
It seems obvious. It seems so obvious to me.
Wow. I mean, the shit is crazy how they trying to just dope us up right now on, look how beautiful Caitlyn is. Caitlyn is a 65-year-old dude with a weave. like when you really just strip it down. A dude in a bathing suit.
Oh, you saw the pictures
with
I
a
seen.
weave. Shit, you can't get away from it.
Yes.
And then the flip side of it is this. Oh shit, whatever network that is. What network is his show on?
E.
I've never seen this shit.
New E.
E or whatever. Okay. Oh God, the network is in a tizzy because the ratings are down 50% from the opening week. Oh my God. You just trying to push this shit on us.
And that's
You
why
gonna say that motherfucker is beautiful, and then you gonna turn around and say Serena is masculine?
no, they're doing that to get their ratings back up. They're gonna shit on the.
I'm just gonna say
dopest-
this.
Go.
I'm gonna say this in my own minds. Serena's pussy was made by God.
Wow.
Mine was
Right off the top, she
$3.
beats you. Right off the top, she wins. Oh, hallelujah. Speak on it. Welcome to the church of Serena's big ass. Yes, in this church, we worship that fat ass from Serena. Turn up the music, choir. Sing about that ass. Ah! Lord have mercy, she got a fatty. Fatty. Oh, fatty. Jesus,
God.
fatty. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just having an
asthma attack.
an asthma attack.
Literally.
Oh, we're having
We ready
a great
to get back
time.
to the phone line?
Yes, I am, Jesus.
That number again to call, 844-55-1. Let's go to line 5, Alabama. Jackie. Hey, Jackie.
Jackie.
Jacqueline.
Jacques.
Jackie.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, bye.
All right, call back. Let's go to line 6, Nikki in Berkeley, my favorite city. What's up, Nikki?
Hey, Nikki. Are we gonna do this again?
Nick?
Nikki.
Oh, people are calling back, hanging up. I mean, first off, Boost Mobile don't work in the rain.
Damn, dude. Pay your
But
bill.
Cricket does.
Pay your
Cricket
bill.
does.
Moving on, let's go to line 1, Joe in Houston.
Joe from Houston.
What's up?
Cowboy.
What up?
Hey there, cowboy. No?
I ain't no cowboy.
Oh, well, shit. Relax.
Shit.
Put down the sword then, sir.
What? Go ahead, man. Speak on it.
I can't.
First things first. Most people who are overweight, especially women, are lying about being happy about it. Because I see them taking pictures online, holding their goddamn stomach and having all these weird-ass angles. If they was happy with it, they wouldn't be doing that shit.
Wow.
True enough.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those angles can be quite deceiving.
Nobody's going to be mad at that. No one's going to be mad at that. Hey, brother, we appreciate the call. Thank you for reaching out. We got to move. So many callers. The phone lines are totally jammed. It's kind of what we do. Ashonti, who do we have next on the line? But before you speak, let me say this. True or false? We have established a definition of beauty so narrow that it's almost impossible for anybody to live up to it. Speak on it. Ashonti?
Are you asking me a question or you want me to go back to the phone?
I want you to answer that question and go back to the phones.
I was distracted because someone tweeted a picture of me and I didn't hear.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. Let's go to the phones. Let's do it.
My bad. Let's go to Hustle, line 4, Miami.
What's up, people?
Hey, Hustle.
Yo,
day I'm hustling.
Hey.
yo, y'all got me?
We got
We
you,
are.
brother.
Got you.
Oh, okay, cool. Man, what VC just said a minute ago, that was heavy, man.
That shit was, wasn't
Real
it?
heavy. But look, I like to lift weights, you know what I mean? And it's about the health thing for me. And they say, like, your body is a temple, right? I mean, I like to look at it as my body is the house of my spirit. So I'd rather live in a mansion than a one-bedroom shack, you know what I mean?
Right.
We got people walking around in big-ass huts, and it just ain't the right way to go about it. So I almost feel like thick has become like a coping word for a big girl. It's like they say thick. It's like, you ever remember that joke that Corey said, Joe, where he was like, you know, when a dude walk in a room and this girl ain't looking right, like he can't hold his head up high. You know what I'm saying? That kind of feel. So it's almost like it would be easy to say, yeah, man, my girl just thick. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, like, my girl eat a little extra at the end of the night, you know?
A little extra.
It's not to make fun of them. It's just saying that it's not healthy, and I feel as though if we really want to make progress, we got to stop looking at what's given to us and think about what's possible. You know what I mean? I think that's a start.
Interesting, man.
No, and he brought up a really good point with eating late at night. Technically, you're not supposed to eat dinner after 8.
Nigga, I be snacking.
I will wake up and eat some shit. Like, what the fuck? It's 3 in the morning.
I got
nigga.
some trail mix though.
Fire. See, trail mix is good. I'm talking about like waking up at 2 o'clock and making French toast.
Let me tell you what I did last night at 3 in the morning.
Some cream of wheat.
Right?
You know that fucking barbecue spot next to the 5150 studio, nigga? Let me tell you something, nigga. That chicken, that barbecue chicken sandwich I had, you know the sandwich we get. I ate half of it for the show. I woke up at 3 in the morning and ate the other half of it now. Ain't nothing like good fat eating. Ain't nothing like it. Hey, I want to see really quickly if our followers and supporters of this show can go to, I don't know if it's YouTube, but there was this video that I sent to Ashonti, because Ashonti's a foodie. And I was like, Ashonti, this is you. Right? And it was a fucking tree sloth laying on its back with its eyes closed, grabbing and eating. This is most of us right now.
Oh, that's me all day.
Somebody tag me on that shit.
Well, I posted to Twitter. Any of our Twitter followers, I just posted a picture of me when I was playing college basketball at 19 and a little cut in, and I was so embarrassed and ashamed of my muscular body. My whole life I've been. So just, go take a look.
Veronica.
We should all post
You're
before
welcome,
and after
nigga.
pictures.
Veronica, can you speak to us about the overall health system, right? Can you just talk to us about just the overall health system? Can you speak on it?
So, they talk about, if you've ever heard of the experiment called the bell jar, right? With the bell jar, like there was a guy that did an experiment where if he put cells inside of a sealed jar, right, and fed it unlimited oxygen. And as long as those cells had unlimited oxygen, they stayed alive. They could stay alive indefinitely. They just would never mutate. Once they began to deprive the cells of oxygen in any way or shape or form, they began to mutate. Well, what is cancer and disease? But it's a mutation of cells, right? It's like when cells are deprived of oxygen, they begin to mutate, and that's what causes disease and obesity and all that stuff. So what happens? So when we talk about food, really, when you eat like green, healthy, water that's eating a diet that is 70% water, where the food carries oxygen through water to your organs, that's when you become healthy, right? So I've gone to retreats at a place called the Optimum Health Institute in Southern California. They have one in Texas. It costs $1,000 a week, including all the food. They're basically curing cancer. I've seen women walk into there in wheelchairs, having had brain surgery and chemo, in wheelchairs that couldn't walk, all cut open, went there to heal, and bounced up and ran to the front of the room 5 weeks later because they flood the body with oxygen. You eat a raw vegan diet. You have wheatgrass juice in every orifice. That may not sound appealing, but cancer can't live in wheatgrass. So I'm just saying, as a sort of a general thing, if we begin to flood our body with oxygen and oxygenating foods, then we can live almost indefinitely because our cells can live indefinitely. So I just wanted to say that because I think it's a really important understanding that we have to begin to have in our community that we don't have in our community.
Good point. I love that shit, man. Listen, before we take a quick break, I got a couple of things to tie up, loose ends. Everybody who's purchased the book, people are getting the book. People are getting their books. I'm getting pictures on Instagram. I'm getting pictures on Twitter I'm getting pictures on Facebook, people saying they got their book, they received their book. I'm going to the post office tomorrow to mail out another big batch of books. This will be my sixth trip to the post office, just mailing out mass books, right? I appreciate everybody for purchasing. If you want your book to be in tomorrow's shipment, you got to go to iamzowilliams.com and purchase the relationship dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. The next thing, my book signing in LA is September 5th listen, if you're in the LA area, it is a legendary bookstore that has been taken over by this sister, black-owned business. Her business is called Juicy Juice. Speaking of nutrition, that's what she does. She has a juice business. She took over a bookstore. She kept the bookstore and added the juice component, and that's where the book signing is going to be. If you're in LA or if you're from LA, the bookstore she took over was like a community bookstore. Everybody knew about it. It's in Carson. It's called Smiley's Bookstore. She took that place over. That's where I'm going to be September 5th, 2015, from 3 to 5, I think. From 3 to 5 p.m., relationship dismount, round table book signing. So it's going to be a relationship round table and a book signing. Please continue to support the book on Kindle. Keep my ranking high. Keep giving me your reviews. I appreciate it all. We got to take a quick break, but when we come back, callers. We're talking about dating a burger murderer, a serial killer, a fat person, P-H-A-T if you like. But is it easy, or are you signing up for caregiving in the future? We'll be back in 2.2, Voice of Reason. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had the DJ went on a fat track marathon, classic records, fatness, the burger murderers.
I'm hungry.
I'm
Right?
hungry.
I'm going to make some yams when I get home.
I'm starving. I'm just wondering, though. I mean, I'm going through all of these. Huh?
The music was amazing.
It's
it was
crazy,
amazing.
right?
Yes, it was so good. It's so good.
Oh, God. Is there a connection between depression and food and body image? Fuck. And who are the most depressed? I think the most depressed people, right, would be the people that's striving to be like something, whatever that definition and whatever that standard is, right? That would be the person that would probably be the most depressed. Like a tiger trying to be a fucking lion, right? That would come across as, maybe that tiger would be depressed, right? Like, fuck, I wish I had a big ass mane, right? Or in reverse, the tiger or the lion saying, damn, I wish I had some fucking stripes. I'd trade my mane for the stripes. I think that's some depressing shit, right? So can you speak to that a little bit, Veronica?
Yeah. So I say people either are depressed because they have sort of a chemical imbalance. That's what I've seen and I've been in business for 15 years with and so I've seen everything. And so they either are depressed because of the chemical imbalance, or they do depression, meaning that the way that they talk to themselves in their mind and the way that they physicalize things that causes depression. And so there's no greater conundrum into the subconscious mind than trying to be something that you're not, and being needy and striving around it. And right, there's nothing worse than that. In other words, when you really talk about falling in love with yourself, which makes you beautiful, by the way, when we fall deeply and madly in love with ourselves, which makes you more beautiful, it's because we've shown the light and shined love into every part of ourselves that would hate ourselves. Every nook and cranny, whether it's fatness or hair or whatever, when we actually begin to love it, then it begins to heal and it begins to shine. So that's the truth of how we should be operating, and it's just that we've grown up in such a sick-ass society. Understand that the reason that the beauty industrial complex makes money on your self-hatred, every aspect of it. It makes money on your self-hatred. It's a fucking commercial game. Something to do with you unless you choose to engage in that shit.
No, absolutely. 150%.
No, I'm literally going through that right now.
Let's get back to these phone lines. Let's do Gumby, line 3, Texas. What's up, Gumby?
What up, though?
What up?
Hey, yeah. Hey, I love my BBWs. I love anybody who can ride on top. On my slim dick, my BBWs. The fat people will be considered SBBWs, super big, beautiful women.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I like that.
And, you know, I'm not fat shaming or anything like that. You know, I used to be big. I used to be like almost 300 pounds, 290-something pounds. Now I lost a lot of weight. I used to make a lot of noises. Like, when I was doing a do that I didn't like, you know, I was making a lot of noises. I'd be like, huh?
Oh.
He was imitating. Sick Ross. This was Sick Ross.
You got to tweet us a picture.
Yeah.
Caesar said no.
Oh, my God. This shit is crazy.
I think a lot of big people, I think it has a lot to do with, you know, economics. You know, you got to eat everything that's on your plate. And to all the men out there, I just want you to know, like, you have to change the way you eat and some of what you eat. Like, don't eat as much. Eat more. Just don't eat as much at one time. You gotta level out that metabolism. Your metabolism will go up if you eat more.
No, I see what you mean.
Like
eat
5
more
meals a day.
meals, right? Not eat more every
meals.
sitting. It's eat more meals,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
that
eat more
metabolism
meals,
up.
but not, you know, as much at once.
Right. Because your
But,
body
you
body
know,
is a
they
trip. You know, your body is a trip. It, like for instance, if you're not eating enough, your body holds on to fat because you're not eating enough. So this is why we don't eat enough, and then we eat too much when we eat. You see what I mean?
Yeah, stay
I understand what you're
hydrated.
saying.
Drink water. Always drink water. And Ashonti, I know you was talking about how hot the alkaline water is. All you got to do is get some water and put some lemon in it. And that's your alkaline water.
Yeah.
Lemon
And,
turns
No, but where are you getting the water from, though?
It don't matter. Once you
the
put the
water-
lemon in it,
it
Purified
alkalizes.
water or the water from the tap with the fluoride in it. Just put lemon in it and it makes the alkaline.
You just saved me
alkaline
$30
base.
a week.
But you were talking about how the boys wasn't messing with you in high school or middle school, whatever. But those white people, 9 times out of 10, they was saying behind your back, man, she's fat, you know. And it's just strange nowadays that since twerking became hot, now every white dude or everybody wants somebody with a big ass. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants somebody with a big ass now. But back then, we used to call them thick. White people would call them fat, and they'll shame them. Oh, she's fat. She's this and that. If you got thick legs, thick hips, big ass, they call you fat, and that shit just weird nowadays, man.
Right, that's
That's
what I
all
was
I'm
talking
saying.
about with Serena. No, 100%.
yeah, good call, man. We
Thank you for
appreciate it.
calling.
One of the greatest hip hop records of all time. It started from the top. This shit started off. This shit started off. It was body shaming. No, from the top.
Hey.
Turn it up.
See out on the building.
They only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute. Okay?
Bitch.
I mean, her butt is just so big.
That's
my
right.
I can't believe it's just so round. It's like out there. I mean, gross. Look. She's just so black. I like
Big butts and I cannot lie.
Hey, but that was body shaming.
In your face.
That was body shaming back in the day. Now look at us today.
Wasn't this like one of the first videos back then that congratulated women for having big booties and thighs?
Oh yeah, he was celebratory, but at the top of it, this is what I'm saying. Irony. At the top of the song, they're fucking body shaming. Look at her
white
big
girls.
ass booty. Oh my God, she's so black. Veronica, you have something to talk about. Another health tip. Please give it up.
Now, one thing really, really quickly is that your stomach does not have teeth. So what that means is so often we don't chew our food enough times, and this is crazy. Like, we should be chewing our food like 30 times before we swallow, because your stomach doesn't have teeth, right? So if you don't chew your food and actually make it digestible to the stomach, it ends up sitting in your stomach, and it's hard to process and eliminate and digest, and it ends up storing as fat. So it sounds really silly, but it's like chew your food until it's water because your stomach doesn't have teeth.
Wow.
We have like 6 more callers, but not enough time, so I'm going to have to eeny, meeny, miny,
No,
moe.
no. Let's just roll through them. Just
Whip
keep
'em out.
Hey, keep your responses quick. You got 30 seconds.
Let's go to line 1, Red in Missouri. What's up, Red?
What's up, Ashonti, everybody? Something that I've noticed with women, especially, I have a tendency to, I'm naked most of the time.
Nice.
But something that I do with women.
Thanks for the extra
body-
information, Red.
I know, that's right. I just imagine a dick slanging.
Nice visual.
But anyway,
Nigga, Red is tripping.
I'm
butt ass naked when I call in. You know what? What the fuck is going on, Red? It's heterosexual men on this show, man. We don't want to know about your shit.
There's one.
I ain't worried about all that. But what I'm getting at is, what you do is with a woman, most women are insecure about their bodies. And what you do is you have your woman stand in front of her body, and if you really show her and appreciate her body, and you let her know that I want you to see what I see, there's something to that when they look in the mirror, and it's like, if you feel more comfortable, I'll leave the room. You know, when the lights are out, you know, are you really looking at your woman? My thing is, there's a lot to that that plays in the mind of women that, you know, you have to be comfortable with your body at all times, and a lot of women aren't. It's a little something, but
No,
I just let you
absolutely.
guys sit with that.
Thanks for calling, Red. You always bring the flames.
Oh, man.
That's our last caller for the night. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry, Mike and Ray and Big Black Beard.
Oh, man.
You guys got to call back.
Shit, Mike, you should have called in earlier, man. DC, man. This is Mike.
Call in on Friday, guys.
Veronica, I need your summation. Give us your 30-second, 40-second summation. We're going to go around, round robin.
Okay. So I just think that so much about this health thing is really a question of just loving yourself and being willing to love yourself, like Red said, and love your body, but also to worship at your body's temple, which means feeding it oxygen. That's really how it happens. So that's it for me.
I love it. That was good shit. Where do people buy blackmastery.com or any of your boot camps or any of that? How do they get down?
My boot camp is getting crazy, y'all.
Kicking me in the ass.
About to do a sales blitz tomorrow, going to make some dough. So excited about that. So they can email me at veronica@veronicaconway.com if they want to join a boot camp and talk about how it might be a fit for them. They can get Black Mastery at blackmastery.com, and everything else is Veronica Conway on social media.
Wow, good stuff. Ashonti Ford, a.k.a. Red Panda.
If you're big, be big. If you're small, be bold, be beautiful. Don't let anybody treat you like a yellow starburst. You're a pink starburst.
Hey, even sleep apnea is sexy.
I know hella skinny niggas that be breathing like that.
I don't like that shit.
Just saying.
Whitney!
Before I get into my submission, I just want to shout out Eric Southward. Happy birthday. Thank you for tuning into The Voice of Reason. We get you. If you guys tune into the social media stuff, we try to reach out. But as far as body image and dating a fatty, date whoever you want. Like, food is beautiful. Food is love, man. So just feed your nigga, feed your girl, do your thing. Like, I mean, honestly,
All
being
a girl
skinny,
gotta do is feed me.
just at the end of the day, I mean, for myself, you know, I don't care if I'm skinny or not. I just want to be healthy for my future and for my children and my family and my man. So really, that's it.
Good shit. Good shit. Listen, we, like I say all the time, we like to poke fun at serious topics. But I think having the conversation, having the dialogue, and twisting it in certain ways so you can see, like, it's a lot of bullshit going on in the world, and all of it has to do with the ideas we claim to be true. And this is why I will point out the treatment of Serena versus Caitlyn, or how they treated Misty Copeland, right? We have to start rewriting the stereotypes that put us in a black and white mode of thinking. And that's the whole purpose of these kinds of shows. Yes, we're going to be over the top. We're going to be borderline crazy. But we are going to have serious conversation within the context of what the topic is. I appreciate everybody for calling in. Friday is our next top. It's going to be crazy too, goddammit. You know I don't care. Got to keep doing it. I need you guys to go to Amazon.com right now. You got to order the relationship dismount. How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. Let me say this really quickly. Exiting a toxic the relationship dismount doesn't mean you want to break up with your person, with your significant other. It's a relationship book. It's a philosophy book. It is a workbook. It is a journal. It's a relationship toolbox. Don't see it as, okay, I need this book because I need to break up. It's more than that. It's a breakup book. It's a makeup book. This is the book to have. This is the book to have. The Relationship Dismount. You can get it on Kindle, $9.99, $10. Or if you want a physical paperback copy, you go to IamZoeWilliams.com. That's IamZoeWilliams.com. Purchase your copy. I'm going to the damn post office tomorrow. If you want your shit to go out with the next shipment, get at me. And listen, I had a ball today. It was a great topic. We're about to take off. We'll see y'all again Friday. Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. You know what it is. The voice of reason. Whitney Taber, Veronica Conway, and of course, Red Panda, Ashonti Ford. We'll be back Friday. Deuces.